What's going on, everyone? This is Boss again. I haven't done a video for a good minute, so my cousin asked me to do a video, so I'm gonna do a video. So he asked me to do a video about how to start a business with no money, no shelter, nothing. You're on the streets doing nothing. So if you were homeless or I was homeless, what would the boss do? And just a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your counselor. I'm just some random dude on YouTube. So take my advice for a grain of sand and let's move forward. So, very first thing I would do is find assistance from family, friends, loved ones, religion. Someone is out there that will be willing to help you to get off the streets. And if you ran out all the options and you're living on the streets because of some of the things you have done, such as rob them, do them wrong, treat them with disrespect, or anything of that nature, you had it coming to you. That's why you're on the streets. So let's talk about if you're on the streets now. You might have to go to the government and see if you can sheet some shelters. The very first thing to do is not worry about a business, worry about your health and getting yourself into a nice, safe place. Let's worry about that first before you start worrying about a business. Now, since we had that talk about what you can do to get off the streets, let's talk about how you can make money. Let's talk about number two. Start finding a skill or a way to make money. I mean, what else can you do? If you don't have a skill or something that can make money, and you're just some random dude doing nothing and being a bum on the street, doing drugs, getting doped out, that's not a skill. That's you getting high and running away from reality. If you want to make a business, you have to have a skill that people want. Or you have to have a product that people want. So, number two is while you're in the dumps and you're either praying or talking to someone to get assistance, get their advice. Once you get their advice, don't take it as a grain of sand. Take it for a heartwarming because that person is in your life at the lowest point of your life. And that leads me to number three. Know that there's almost no one that is going to help you on your journey that will have a pure heart for you. What do I mean by that? If you're on your journey, there's going to be a lot of leeches that's going to come your way. And what I mean by leeches is people going to find out you're smart, you're a genius, you are ambitious, you can get things done, and hundreds of people are going to probably come at you once that comes out. But what you have to do is stay humble and know where you came from. If you know that these people are coming and not pure heart, you have to keep them at arm's length, but you have to have them around. Now, it doesn't matter if you're king, it doesn't matter if you're president, it doesn't matter anything. If they have unpure thoughts and are greedy, they're going to use your ideas for wrong. So you have to always make a proper choice to not do anyone wrong. You have to have the conversation with them. Say, hey, I just want to help people. I just want to build a business to do things for people. And then everyone will be like, oh, is that all you want? We thought you were greedy. No. If you come from a pure heart, that means that you'll get blessings from, you get abundance. And you're not after nothing but what you deserve from what you work for. And if we can go more detail about it, but not everyone is going to be in the right all the time. Not everyone is evil. Just because they're a president doesn't mean they're evil. They're the president of a country. That means they should have the best intention for the country first. If they're a king, they should have best intention for the country first. And that's what's important for business and all that stuff. Because we're talking about how do you start from scratch or nothing. Well, you have to, guess what? Get everyone on the same page whenever you start getting bigger and bigger. Because whenever you get so big, everyone's going to notice you. And they're going to wonder, who's that person? What's their goal? What do they want in life? They're trying to take over everything. And this happens a lot whenever people go into corporations. And I explain this to everyone. You, as a person, are flawed. Everyone's flawed. And once you understand that, cool. Now let's talk about what happens in corporations. In corporations, what they do is they get the select few and they run them dry with everything. Because man or whoever in charge might be greedy and want to collect all the material for themselves. Well, in reality, that's not doing nothing but helping a select few. And if you start a business, you shouldn't be worried about the select few. You should be trying to help overall everyone. And if people don't understand that, that's not anyone's fault but their own. Because if a person has no greed, no hatred for anyone, what harm are they going to do? Reality. You can give that person all the power in the world, but what harm is that person going to do if he doesn't want to ever use the power? So, that leads me to number 4. You tell no one of your plans. Because someone will try to take your plans and misconstrue it. Someone's going to try to take your plan and say you said otherwise. But if your plan is just to help people and you tell everyone, they get confused. If you want to help save the world and you tell people your plan, everyone thinks, oh, they have something ultimatum with them. No, they do not have any ultimatum. You have to remember, people don't tell your plans because, let me tell you why. They don't want people to steal their plans. That's it. Alright, let's talk about how you'll make some money now. So, let's say you finally got a roof over your head. And you start making headway. You're safe. There's nothing going on anymore. What you do is you start picking up whatever little money you can get. Because that's what you need to start your business. And if no one helps you, you do it on your own. And so you start by picking up scrap metal off the street. I'm not so high up in the totem pole that I'm not willing to go around and pick up scrap metal and make pennies on dollars to make scrap metal so I can help people. I'm not. But other people might think otherwise. Or you go to a place and you ask for a job that is a subcontractor, or they pay you cash, or whatever you can do. Paying cash is not the most legal way, but sometimes that's the only job you can get. It's sad, but if that's the only job you can get, that's what you have to do. You have to do what you have to do to get your business started and make money. And it's very important to do what you can to make ends meet, especially have a family. You know, I have a family, so I always put my family first. So it takes me longer to make decisions what to do with business. My wife is a very strong woman, but it's hard for her to think, you know, 50, 60 steps ahead like me. She lives in the current time, so she's gonna be a lot more emotional and only think of, well, what about now? What about this? What about that? And there's nothing wrong with that. You need someone. If you want to be a very strong man, you need a very strong woman. Um, because if you have a weak will significant other, the very first chance of a major problem happening, they'll run. Excuse me. Y'all understand this, that if your significant other is weak, any temptation, anything else to jump ship, they will jump ship. And that's the thing about it that people have to understand when they pick their spouse or significant other. Because it's a very important choice and you have to stick by your words, especially if you did your vows in a church. It says, thick this and stand riches and poor. You know, and I take that very serious with my wife. We go through a lot of stuff. We fight like everyone else, but at the end of the day, we're married and we're staying together. Thick this to thin. Now, I do need to work on my communication skills with her. We're very bad at that. We're two strong-willed people. If you have two strong-willed people, whatever they do in life, they can get very far. Instead of one strong will and one weak will, where if the strong will person falls, the weak will, if they can't pick it up, they will leave and run. So you always have to make sure you have to pick a proper significant other. Now, I hate to say this, but number 6, government assistance. There's plenty of government assistance out there in the United States that can help anyone in any situation. So don't be too prideful and not ask for government assistance. I am a veteran, so I will go to the VA and ask for assistance if I have to. I got disability from it. I can ask the government, hey man, I need some help, and hopefully they help. If not, I'll just keep moving forward. That's one of the steps you have to do. It's like, hey, I need help, and if no one's willing to help you, you just keep moving forward. You can't harp in the past. You can't harp on other people trying to make decisions for you in your life. If they are sitting there and trying to run away from the situation and not make a decision or make an unjust decision, that's on the other party and not on you. You just have to know you have to keep going. Alright. And lastly, number 7. After you get stable, you need to think of what you can do for your business. So, what do I mean? After you get stable and having a roof over your head, research the marketplace and invest in your future business. Your future business can be anything. And this is what everyone has to understand, that if no one's willing to take you, no one's willing to help you, and no one's willing to do anything with you, you just make your own path. And if you help them in the future, that's up to you now, because they turned you away. Anyone who turns you away or denies you won't get the blessing of your help. Don't everyone understand the agreements that, like, if I give you an example, if a family member that is strained to you always talks down to you, and the very first time you get wealth to come in and they're the first person to come in through the door to help you, to say, oh, I've always been there, and it's not true, are you really gonna let them in open arm? You can keep them at a distance. You might help them a little bit, but you're not gonna give them the full help as you originally would. And That's the truth of the matter about how business works and how life works. If everyone, the first people who actually come in and help you in life will get the most benefits. And the people who decline you and leave you and don't believe in your words, that those are the people that will get the least help. Um, I don't understand where people are trying to do in life, but that's what I would do if I was trying to start a business from scratch. So, in summary, about all this stuff, get a roof over your head, get stable, and then find a business or niche that you want to do, that you want to sell, and that's it. Pretty simple. Now, the people who help you on a journey at the beginning will probably get the most benefits. That's just how business works. The people who try to come in on the back end won't get as much help because their time is already used up, and he or she is gonna focus on the people who helped them originally, not the people who comes in last minute and try to throw money at them. They might fall for it, but as the boss, I wouldn't, because I'm willing to help everyone and forgive and forget. Doesn't mean that they or any entity are gonna come and ask for my assistance. That's only time will tell. So, like and subscribe, and everyone have a great day and have a blessed day. Later.